Hello everyone, and welcome back to Kentucky Garden Gal. I'm looking at my hair and I can tell that I have been out in the rain and the wind, and we've had a long day, but it's been fun. It's the end of the day and I wanted to sit down and show you what I picked up today when I was thrifting. And I'm sorry, Ramsey just saw me. I was thrifting today at Portland Cares, and I wanted to show you some of the things that I picked up, and I wanted to tell you how the eBay store is going. I've already sold 2 things, so I'm just absolutely thrilled. I'm motivated, and I'm just ready to hit the ground running. So we're going to start this video off by seeing if anyone knows what this is. I paid $1.25 for it. Does anybody know? I asked everybody in the store and nobody could figure it out. So thanks to Google, I was able to do an image search on this. It is what you pick cranberries with. This is how it's a berry picker or a cranberry picker. They're selling on eBay for $35. Like I said, I paid $1.25 for it. So something just told me, I could tell, and I haven't cleaned it up. I haven't even taken the sticker off, but I'll clean it up and even put some, I've got some little varnish to put over the scratches and at least dust it. It's not even been dusted. But these are the kind of things that just make thrifting, and then if you decide to resell, to make it so much fun. It's just a fun thing to do. So that was the first thing that I wanted to show you. So the second thing that I wanted to show you is, who would have thought, how much would you think this is a ashtray? 50 cents. How much would you think this would be worth to someone? I really had no clue. I knew that you don't see ashtrays much anymore. They're just not that popular. And McCormick in Chicago sounded like it might be a historic place. I didn't do any Googling, didn't look it up. And just a minute ago, I looked these up and they're selling for $7 on eBay. Now there are some fees, but if you can turn 50 cents into $7, I just think that's, I don't know why you wouldn't do it. So let me show you a couple of other things that I picked up. So everybody that I have been watching on YouTube that thrifts and then sells on eBay, they always talk about the coffee cups, and you know, there's just, eBay is just flooded with coffee cups. But if you can pick up, this was 50 cents, and I knew there were, these are the things it had going for it. Walt Disney World, it's vintage, and it has a state name on it. So I decided for 50 cents that I would take a chance on this, picked it up, looked it up, and I'll probably list it for $15, sell it for $12.50. But still, you know, I'm very happy with that profit margin. So let's see. Okay, so let me show you. So one of the things that I have been doing in my spare time is a lot of research. And what I have been doing is going to eBay and say if I want to look at men's shirts, like I would put in a size, and I put in extra, extra large. And the reason I did that is because I know when you go in, especially to Goodwill, that size there's the least amount of. Sometimes there'll be 2 racks of large and extra large men's shirts. And literally when you are shopping, when you're thrifting and you're thrifting for clothes, you have to go through every single item on that rack. I'm telling you, if you walk up and find something, that's almost a miracle. It just doesn't happen. You really have to sit there and individually go through each shirt and look at that label. So I decided to see what was selling in the extra, extra large category, and I came across two things that seemed to be doing pretty well. They were both flannel type work shirts. So when I went to Portland Cares today, I did pick up a couple of shirts because their shirts are only $1.25. So Goodwill is charging $7. Portland Cares is charging $1.25. So if I can buy into something that's that cheap, if my buy-in is that inexpensive, then I can turn around and resell that shirt for $12.50, and everybody's happy. The buyer's happy, the seller's happy, Portland Cares happy, we're all happy. So I did pick up a couple of things today, and I'll show you I'll show you the clothing haul. But I also, when I was doing my research, you know, there's so many things like handbags, ladies' handbags, ladies' shoes. If you look on eBay, it's just flooded. Like, eBay is just flooded with that type of things. So I decided that I wanted to look for things that, like men's shoes. So I did the same thing. I did a search for men's shoes on eBay. Then I went to see what had sold, and I kept coming up with a couple of different brands. And so I was sort of noticing what people were buying. And today, when I was at Portland Cares, I came across this shoe. That is the name tag in it. And you can tell it's a beautiful brown leather shoe. Now, the buy-in for this was only $4.25 for this pair of shoes at Portland Cares. At Goodwill, it likely would have been $12.99. So there's a big difference there. And then another thing that I noticed was the markings on the bottom, that these are made in Italy. And I also checked all of the stitching. There was no broken stitching on the shoe. There's still, there wasn't any major scuffs back here. Everything still looked good, and these haven't been cleaned. I did take the sticker off. That's the only thing that I've done to these shoes. But I looked these up, and they're selling for around $35 on eBay. So, you know, I don't know that I'll get it, but even if I get 25, that is still a very good profit margin. And like I said, I didn't have time. We just had, we were running today doing errands and had lots of things going on. So I didn't really have, I just had to trust myself. So another thing that I picked up, and I'll show you why I picked it up, paperweights. I know there's not a lot of money in paperweights. This paperweight was 75 cents, under $1. So when I picked it up and I looked at it, I knew right away that it was vintage. I could just tell by looking at it. And then another giveaway is this felt on the back. That is vintage looking felt. So just a little while ago, I did look this up. I did do a Google search on it, and these are selling, this is seashells and feathers, and it depends on what your subject is. It depends on that a lot, but I would expect I'll get $15 for this. And you know, look how easy it is to ship. You also have to consider that when you're selling online, is the ease of what you're shipping. So yeah, I didn't do too bad on that. So far, I haven't picked up anything that I just thought was going to be wonderful, and it turned out it was nothing. So I did pick up some extra belts today, and their belt and their scarves. If anybody needs scarves, gloves, hats, anything like that, like there's so many of them. Like, they're just spilling out. So I barely looked through the belts. And look at this beautiful belt that I found. This is a girl's, and I hope I'm going to pronounce this right, Ariat maybe, but look how fancy schmancy that is. Now there is a rhinestone missing, which I will disclose that, but let's see, I paid $2.25 for this belt, and they're selling on eBay for about $35, but when I picked it up, first of all, it's so ornate. I knew that it was a good belt. Now it does have some wear, and I will take pictures and I will disclose every bit of that in my listing. And the name happens to be right here, but look how nice that buckle is. If you are looking for you know, for a good item for resale, or even if you're wanting good quality things for yourself, pick it up, you know, and see what it feels like. You can just tell a huge difference between something that is inexpensive and not real leather, and I will not buy any belt that is not real genuine leather. That's just something that that I'm not interested in. So here is another one. Let me put my glasses on and see if I can tell you why I bought this one. I evidently had found somewhere on here that this is real leather, and also I really liked the belt buckle. And there's just no wear to that. It looks like it's maybe been worn 1 or 2 times. Oh, I know what it was that I liked. This is slightly inlaid. See the stamped leather right there? That's another thing that I really liked about this belt, and that's something that I will put in the description when I list it on eBay. So here is another one, just another good leather belt. Let's see if I found a name on this one. This is a 38, and it says genuine leather made in Guatemala. So and that's also a bigger size. So a man who wore like a 36 in pants. In fact, my son Colton might want this. I'll have to show this to him to see if he wants it. Of course, the kids get first dibs on stuff, so that's just the way that it goes. But it's all good. So here is something else that I picked up. It is a sea lion, I believe, $1.50. On the bottom, it has Robert Henry, Canada. And it feels like, I can't tell if it's resin. I'm not sure exactly what this is, but I thought, you know, obviously, oh, I know what it is. I saw 1996. That's what clued me in. So we know that this was made in 1996 by Robert Henry. His initials is there. And yeah, I'll have to look this up to see exactly what I'm going to put on it, but I just thought that he had a sweet little face. Now, another thing that I like to pick up are travel games. It has to be a really, before I pick up a full-size game, it has to be like a really good game. But this is Travel Charades. It was $1. And what I really liked is that it's in this nice metal case. So usually when I find things like this in a metal case, especially for $1, you know, there again, you can put it, I haven't comped it yet, but you could put it on eBay for $12.50 and everybody's gonna be happy with it. So another thing that I picked up, they had a lot of Valentine things, and so I decided to go ahead and pick up these two. You can tell that they're vintage, they're Miro, and I did just look these up on eBay. I paid 75 cents a piece for them, so $1.25, and it looks like they're selling for $15, so super happy with that. Before we go any further, I got my $23 watch in, my little smartwatch, and it may have just died on me. Or did I turn it off? Oh, I turned it off. Don't pay any attention to me. I'm still learning this stuff. But there's my watch, and it has just been, it's just been the funnest thing. So I'm really happy that I decided to purchase this. So, wanted to show you this, and the first thing that I sold on eBay was a hat. It was a Jeep hat, and it ended up being $19. So I had looked at what had sold on eBay, and I know that Realtree is selling very well, but the hats, they are, and this one, I'm sorry, this one was $2.25, but they sell so well, and they're so easy to pack and to ship. And then this is a nice hat that said Ford Trucks and Hogs F-150. So that sort of seemed like that might be something that that somebody would want and would be interested in. Now, another thing that I picked up, and I was like, you know, this is so doggone cute that if nobody wants it on eBay, then Cameron and I will do something. But it is a cupcake kit, and it's Howdy Cowboy. I paid $1.25 for that, and it's just got the cutest little the cups, and then what you put on the top after you frost it. And you know, I could just slip this in to a bubble mailer if somebody wants it for $10 and mail it out. So I've done that. Let me show you something that I just listed, and I happened to pick this up. I know where I got it. It was in Kentucky, in eastern Kentucky, when we were going to the farm one night. Cameron and I had stopped at this one Goodwill that we like to. I think it is it's either Barberville or Bourbonville. I think it might be Barberville, but we just always find the best things there. And I want to say that I paid $6 because it's considered a costume. So I knew that I had it. It's too long for Cameron. He's never had it on, and you know, when I saw it, I was like, gosh, this is just a really good quality robe. It's the Harry Potter robe. So I'm going to stand up and I'm going to take the camera over and show this to you, because I just did comps on eBay and I just listed it for $120. Now, I don't know if it'll sell for that. My goodness, that would be way more than I would expect. But I want to show you what made me buy this robe. This is the robe. You can see that it is a nice long robe. And right away, there is the have to put on my glasses, Hufflepuff. I'm not a Harry Potter fan, so you guys probably know more about this than I do. But I looked at the labels. You know, labels tell you everything. And this came from Universal Studio. Let me turn it around. It has the hood to it, which is shaped, I don't know if you can tell, but it's shaped kind of like a witch's cape, and then it's two-colored. So it's gold and black, and I really liked how this, you know, I looked it over. There was absolutely no issues with it. There was no problems, and yeah, like it's actually just been laying in Cameron's costume closet. So this morning I said, Cameron, do you think you're gonna wear this? And he said no, and I was like, okay, Mom's gonna put it on eBay. So if Cameron sells his robe, I guess we'll probably go get a Subway gift card. I don't know, that's what he would love anyways. Okay, so for the rest of this, I will have to stand up because I'm gonna hold clothing up for you. So the first thing that I picked up, and like I said, this is not normally something that I would buy, but This was in perfect conditions. I think it's a medium. It's a ladies, but it's cuddle duds. And I knew that was something, and it's super soft. I love, I love to feel things. I love when things are soft and evidently, it's very, very clean. So I'll put this on, and again, if I'm paying $1.25, $12.50, I'll probably list it for $15 and take $12.50 for it. So I'm just tickled to death to have found that, and somebody will have some nice warm clothing. This is another shirt, and I'll probably just give this to Colton. These are the kind of shirts that he wears. I don't know if fishermen maybe wear these, but he likes to wear these in the summertime. So I'll just put this back for him, and it's a pretty blue color. He has blue eyes, so this will go home with Colton. Now, I did pick myself up something, not to resell, but this is Crown and Ivy, and I have a lot of Crown and Ivy. And these are just little pajama pants or little house pants. They are so soft. But for $1, yes, I've got plenty, but for $1.25, and I love the color, I thought I'll go ahead and pick those up, and that'll be something that that I can wear, after winter when it's starting to get more into spring. I did find something for my daughter Portia. These are just like athletic leggings that has, I think this is really desirable, that has that see-through right there. So I picked those up for her and didn't get a chance to drop those off to her, but I did pick those up for her. Now, I was telling you about the shirts. So this is a Daniel, and I don't know how to pronounce this, Cremeux. It's fine Italian fabric, extra large tall. Extra large tall is a really, if you can find the talls, that's really good. My son Colton, he likes the talls because he's probably 6'2", 6'3", something like that, and it just seems to fit him a whole lot better. But if I had found this at Goodwill, I would not have picked it up because it would have been $7. But for $1.25, I'm happy to have picked this up. This is a Land's End, and this looked like something that would be really good maybe for the spring around Easter time when people are looking for Easter clothes. And again, I look everything over to make sure that there are no stains. I check everything. Make sure there's no buttons missing, everything. This is another shirt that I picked up, and let me see who this is. Van Heusen, I think that's how you pronounce it. And I don't expect to make a lot off of this, maybe $8 to $10. But it was such a nice shirt, and for $1.25, somebody will get a good shirt, a good deal, and then I'll make a couple of dollars. I was so excited about this dress. Look at how cute this dress is. Let me put my glasses on and see if I can read the label. It is established 1946, made in Vietnam. I have no idea. I am not familiar with that. But the size is an 18 to 20, and believe it or not, the bigger size clothes sell. But I just thought that look how cute that is. Look at the sleeve, and then look how the bottom is made, and it has like the little fringe bottom. But I thought this is gonna feel so good on somebody, and I may put it for $25, and if somebody offers $18, I'm happy with that. Very happy with that. So this is something that I just don't come across, and I know that Karen on Lavender Clothesline, she does really well with buying vintage robes. So this, of course, it's a red velvet, and I'll take a steamer before I put this on eBay. I will take a steamer and get all of the wrinkles out. But there is the label that I saw. It is Heather, made in the USA collection. And I don't think this is called smocking. Maybe it is, I'm not quite sure. But it's a zip up, and I just thought, wouldn't that be so pretty for just a sweet little lady to wear at Christmas time? I thought that was just adorable. The red velvet I thought was so nice, and like I said, I have no idea what they're selling for, but again, I only paid $1.25 for it. So I don't think I'm gonna lose money on that. This is the last thing that I'll show you, and this is, and I'm not familiar with this brand. This is the Foundry, Foundry. This is a 3 extra large, and it's almost like it's a blue jean material, but it's almost not. I don't know what this is called, but I decided for $1.25 to go ahead and take a chance on it. And I just think it's a nice shirt, and it'll keep somebody good and warm, and it'll look great on them. So that is that. And that is all I think I have to show you. I did get Cameron a pair of blue jeans that's laying over there. That's the only thing laying on the table that I haven't shown you. But I'm so happy that you all have joined me. I hope that I have encouraged you to be thrifty, to be frugal, and realize that you don't have to pay retail to have quality items. You can have nice things and not pay retail price for them. So if you've enjoyed this video, please hit the like and subscribe button. And leave a comment and hit the notification bell so that you'll know the next time I put up a video. And I appreciate everybody watching these videos, and I hope you all have a great evening.